Today I wanted to talk about Beyond Skyline, the 2017 film from Liam O'Donnell. The film follows the story of Mark Corley, a gruff LAPD detective who finds himself at odds with an unstoppable alien invasion. Here's the official description. When part of the Earth's population is sucked off the face of the planet by a mysterious alien airship, LAPD detective Mark Corley storms onto the flying ship to rescue his estranged son. After it crashes in Southeast Asia, Corley must forge an alliance with a band of survivors to discover the key to saving his son and taking back the planet once and for all. I wanted to talk about Beyond Skyline because, well, it's actually a really surprising film. And I didn't expect to be surprised. You never do, I guess. That's kind of the definition of a surprise. But anyway, it surprised me in a few ways. The first thing that surprised me was how well Beyond Skyline handled itself as both a standalone narrative and as a sequel. The first Skyline film was kind of an interesting mess. There were things to enjoy, but it didn't really come together until the very end. And that's sort of a shame because it was reaching at something greater in those final moments. But if you didn't see the original Skyline, that's okay. Beyond Skyline is a sequel that works perfectly well with or without knowledge of its predecessor. And either way you look at it, it's just a damn good film. And I mean, it makes sense. They've managed to keep all of the interesting things about the original, and they've managed to throw away all of the messy parts. And what they've come up with is a striking and surprisingly interesting take on the alien invasion subgenre. It's fun, it's action-packed, and it's just good science fiction. And all of that is synchronized with some incredible visual effects work and one of the best action casts of all time. Which leads us to the second surprising thing. Beyond Skyline stands out almost entirely in its execution. Take a pretty basic alien invasion story, but add in Frank Grillo, Iko Uwais, Yayan Ruhian, Bojana Novakovic, and Callan Mulvey. That's an incredible action cast, and they killed it. The choreography is amazing, the fights are varied and interesting, and the action all serves a concrete narrative purpose. I've watched a ton of martial arts films over the years, and they're very rarely executed as well as Beyond Skyline. The third surprising thing is, well, you know films like Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, Terminator, Predator, or even Indiana Jones? The type of films that were just glorious, uncomplicated fun. They don't really make films that feel like that anymore. At least not exactly. And I think that's totally okay. Things have changed a lot since the 80s. But every once in a while, a new film will come along and try to emulate that feeling. And most of the time, it doesn't really work. Those films existed in a specific time and a specific place. And a lot of that goes into making a feeling that you just can't recreate. But there are always exceptions, like Beyond Skyline, the unassuming alien invasion film that actually manages to pull off the feel of an 80s action film. It's easily as fun and uncomplicated as those films I mentioned earlier, but it's been updated to match a more contemporary style. And it works, somehow. And I think the reason that Beyond Skyline was so surprising and so successful in what it set out to do is because it was a real passion project for the cast and crew. I actually had a chance to interview the director of Beyond Skyline earlier in the year, and one of the things that came across almost immediately was how unmistakably passionate he was about the film. In describing the film, he told me, "It's weird and for some unwieldy, but it's the movie I wanted to make. and in some ways even better than I had any right to hope for. So, yeah, he's clearly passionate about the film, and he's clearly passionate about what he's created. And ultimately, I think that passion is reflected in the quality of the film. At the end of the day, Beyond Skyline is one of my favorite films of the past few years. It's a passionately crafted film that's equal parts intelligent and fun, and it really managed to surprise me. Really though, Beyond Skyline is just glorious, uncomplicated fun, and that's exactly why it's worth experiencing.